out-of-body experience.
Welcome to the Brothers of Wrestling podcast.
Welcome back to the Brothers Wrestling Podcast with your host, Logan, and
Hayden.
And we bring you another episode where this week we have some huge news to talk about, Hayden. We got to talk about what just happened on Friday Night SmackDown. Randy Orton, they pulled the trigger. Randy Orton turned heel. What are your instant thoughts?
It was an amazing little segment they had there. I think it brought a lot to the... it really made that match feel like a main event now.
Yeah, I thought they were going to wait until the actual WrestleMania match to have one of them turn heel. Whether it was probably going to be Randy, but one of them turn heel. But they did it early.
Yep, it was a classic old school beat.
Oh, yeah.
Where he just beats the tar
And
out
Cody's
of him,
goosh and blood.
everywhere. That's the kind of stuff you need. It gives that extra little oomph.
Did you point this out earlier? You said Cody bleeding before WrestleMania is a tradition now because he was bleeding against The Rock
Seems like
on
it.
the road to WrestleMania, and then
Did The
Cena
Rock.
busted him open on the road to WrestleMania.
Yep. It seems like that every match he has to get busted open for it.
He's old
I'm
school
not
like
sure
that.
why. Yeah.
But it was a really good segment. You had the contract signing and everything was going normal. Randy was doing his normal buddy stuff with Cody, and then they're in front of the table, and Randy grabs Cody, throws him headfirst onto the table, and then low blows him, and then the crowd really picks up what's going on. Once the low blow happens, you know, oh, Randy's not just messing around with him. And then it starts to escalate. Randy rips off Cody's shirt, kind of tears it apart, and he throws Cody outside the ring, throws him onto the announcer's table, gets the steel steps, bashes the steel steps into Cody's face. That is what busts Cody open, and Cody's bleeding. He's not just like got a little cut where some blood's coming out. He's gooshing blood. It's coming out.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
And so Randy keeps beating him up. He's destroying everything around the ring. He's pushing Nick Aldis to the ground. He's pushing Jelly Roll to the ground. Nobody's controlling this. This is everybody on Twitter saying this is 2009 Randy back. So and it helps that he's
I
bald.
like how anytime he goes bad.
Well, that's because that's what everybody wants. That's the peak Randy Orton version.
2009 Randy.
He was unhinged. That's my favorite version of Randy. When he was punting everybody and kissing Stephanie McMahon.
Mm-hmm.
So Randy gets Cody on the announcer's table. He grabs the bottom half of the steel steps and he kind of like leans it up against the announcer's table like a ramp with the point that points out and separates and creates like the gap. That's where Cody's head goes. He puts Cody in between that, and then you think he's going to be done. He walks away, but then he comes back a couple minutes later with a steel chair, and he smashes Cody's face in between the steps with the steel chair, and then that's what ends it. And then he grabs the WWE. He goes in the ring, grabs the WWE title, and sits in the ring with the title, and that's how we end SmackDown.
Mm-hmm. That's what you like to see. It really spiced up that match.
Yeah, I think I feel like they pulled the trigger early because they saw the reaction to Cody winning the title again. And they realized that it wasn't going to have the same kind of heat that they needed it to have. So they saw they saw their only option, which was Randy heel. And
they realized that having Cody get his butt kicked before his match at WrestleMania always sells the ticket.
Yeah, because then you get the Cody, the version of Cody that gives that impassioned promo, and he starts to get real deep into it and stuff. And then that's always a good promo when Cody cuts that type of stuff. He did it against Cena. He did it against Roman and Rock.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I mean, I thought it was a good segment. It helped build that match up because before it was the clear number 2.
Yeah, definitely. And it was just face versus face. We kind of assumed something was going to happen during the match, but it was just going to be kind of a boring build-up where Cody's like, oh, I respect you, Randy, I respect you. Randy respects Cody and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, how many times do the guy say he loves him before it gets repetitive? So, yeah, I like
it. Was a good move. I like this. This gives it some extra oomph that they didn't have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
And I hope
definitely builds up the blood.
I hope the direction they go is every week Cody comes out to try to talk sense into Randy, and Randy just RKOs him every single time.
Just out of nowhere. That's what I want. I just want him.
But also a little connective tissue to this rivalry is the whole Sami Zayn thing. What's going on with Sami? He's just kind of like a weird ex-girlfriend kind of thing.
He's a bum.
He's
Just
a
sitting
bum.
around being a bum, trying to use his moral compass to tell people what's right and wrong, and then he just
And
comes
then he
out
gets
and does
mad
his
when
thing.
they say otherwise.
Mm-hmm. So I'm not sure. I don't know where they're gonna go with it. I
I'm
don't know
still
if
on the
he's
train
gonna
of
end up
him
getting involved.
being revealed to be the one who took out Jacob. Because Drew has been adamant about saying he's not the one who did it. Now maybe they'll change that now that he's kind of it seems like Drew's going to be fighting Jacob.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks like they're gonna fight. I don't know if Sammy's gonna get involved in that.
I don't know. I don't know where
It's hard
Sammy
to
goes.
tell.
His direction is not clear
Yeah,
as of right now.
no, and you can definitely tell that it seems like they're really running around with their heads cut off this WrestleMania
Hmm.
season.
Well, I mean,
I
it's not their
remember a
fault
few in
all
the
the way because a lot of
past.
injuries have happened so far and ruined their
Yeah,
plans.
but I think they can't commit to anything. I think it's their biggest problem.
And they also
It seems like
they want to leave
they
things
just
open. They want to have
bow
so many
out so
different ways
quick.
they can pivot because you've got Sammy that's involved in the main event. You've got Trick Williams who's kind of involved in the main event. You've got Cody and Randy. You've got Aleister Black who just went up and talked to Sammy, and he's kind of like people were making fun of it because it's very similar to what Aleister or what Karrion Kross did before he got fired.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
there's they've left it so open that there's so many different ways they could go, and it would make sense, but that
Well, I
also
mean,
could
there
hurt
was
them.
talk just a couple of weeks ago that Aleister Black and Randy were going
Yeah,
to fight at
before Randy won
WrestleMania.
the chamber and everything. And
So it just doesn't seem like there's any concrete plan.
I just know one thing. I know that no water bottle is safe when Sammy's around. That's for sure. He's smacking those
Yeah, I
things.
like that they're just making that part of his character
He's
now.
just smacking water bottles.
Just smack him.
We had a big. Speaking of Trick Williams, we had a big pop for Trick Williams. He got a big win against Jacob Fatu, although Drew McIntyre helped him. But
Yeah, Drew. Drew. Well, he didn't say Drew came out and
yeah,
quit
Drew opened the
to
show
start the
and
show.
he told Nick Aldis that he quit because he's just tired of everything going against him. And I told you before we started
Hmm.
recording, I said it would have been really sick if Drew would have said, "I'm all elite now" or something, and then
Hmm.
walked away. That would have been
Yeah, that
amazing.
would be pretty awesome.
Or he would have said, "I'm all in." But then he leaves, and we think
Yeah.
he's quitting, but he's done this gimmick a couple times now. He's the boy who cried wolf.
Yeah, I mean, no, the only thing I could tell you where I thought maybe he would actually is because he's going to be doing that new movie too.
Oh, right, right, right.
Um, so maybe, but I don't see him missing WrestleMania
No,
at least.
no,
So
no, no chance. He's fighting
it looks
Jacob.
like they're going to go the Fatu route,
Yeah, which I mean,
which will be
it's
a good match.
okay. I would have preferred him being the champion and doing a fatal four way, but I don't know. I like the Randy
Yeah,
turn, so
yeah. I mean, that Randy turn makes that match better now, at least. And that's what sucks about that match because if they just would have had Drew lose and then went with this match, I don't think it would have got as much hate because people have been wanting this match for a couple of years
yeah.
now.
Ever since Cody came back,
So it's an exciting match, and like after this, it really builds up the excitement. But it just sucks for Drew that they did that. He only had one title offense, and then he's right back out of the main event
yeah.
picture.
Yeah.
It
And it
doesn't.
always seems that that happens for Drew. He never really gets a chance,
No, he doesn't get a good run. Every time he gets a chance, they just screw him
or
over.
something happens, COVID
So,
happens, and stuff like that. So
mhm. I don't know.
got to feel bad for
Just
Drew. But Trick
seems.
Williams, he got a big win. Drew comes so after Drew quits, he comes back about an hour later, interferes in the Fatu Trick Williams match, and then takes
Mhm.
down Jacob and has Trick Williams win, and then he beats up Jacob after the match. So that's probably where
Yeah, it looks like
we're going.
that's the direction they're going with that. So.
We also had Jelly Roll on the show. He was doing Miz TV, and they had Danhausen before Miz went out there. Danhausen cursed the Miz, so Miz's mic didn't work and all kinds of stuff like that. And then uh, Kit Wilson comes out, and Kit Wilson calls Jelly Roll fat phobic because he got skinny, and he's putting out a bad body beauty image or whatever. So that was pretty good. And then I think somebody takes out uh, Miz. I can't remember who it was. I'm
I
blank.
can't remember
I'm
either
blanking
off
on
the
who
top
it
of my
was,
head.
but somebody takes out the Miz, and then Trick Williams, or not Trick Williams, Kit Wilson, and the Miz are kind of like building this little cohesive thing right now because he doesn't want Danhausen around.
Mm-hmm.
All in all,
And
it was an
Danhausen
okay
had some funny
episode of
things.
SmackDown. It wasn't anything crazy. The main event segment definitely made it better.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that helped.
But there was even more drama on Monday Night Raw. We had a couple of big things happen. First, we'll talk about the not really somewhat surprising. It was kind of pretty obvious. The Finn Balor kicked out of the Judgment Day by the
Finally.
rest of it. Yeah, it's been a couple years in the making. But the way that they did it was a little bit weird. I thought that JD would side with Finn. I thought that they would kind of,
No, I like that he sided with Dom because that gives Dom
yeah. I mean, Dom needs
a
somebody else other than the
boost.
girls.
Well, it just gives him a boost in terms of now he's the leader
Yeah,
kind of idea.
yeah.
So,
But I mean,
yeah, I like that he
Finn
went
called
with
him out
it.
to his face. He
Hmm.
said some hurtful things to Dom, and Dom didn't like that.
Yeah, Dom's a big baby anyway.
Although Finn and Liv have a little bit of history as well, and before the Judgment Day started and everything, and Liv didn't do anything to try to talk Finn out of it or stop him or anything. She just kind of stayed in the corner while JD and Dom beat him up.
Yeah, I don't. It looks like they're going to go Finn Dom at WrestleMania,
Oh yeah, and then Finn, I would assume, would
which,
win with the Intercontinental title and everything, or not the Intercontinental title with the maybe they'll put the AAA title on the line.
yeah, you never know. So, but yeah, it's pretty good. It'll be a pretty good feud
It
there.
was a good segment. I enjoyed. I'm glad that Finn's finally out of the Judgment Day. We can get back to Finn's singles run where he's hopefully a top star, but knowing WWE, he'll just be a mid carder again.
Yeah, I wouldn't see him getting up until the main event picture, but he could have a decent
I mean,
run.
I wouldn't mind him facing Roman on the road to SummerSlam because Roman I think is going to beat Punk for the world title. So if they get Roman to have a match on the road to SummerSlam, could be pretty cool. Probably not though.
Yeah, I just don't see Finn getting up into that echelon
I
right
wish he would.
now. Yeah,
I like
he's
Finn.
fine.
So we had that. I guess turn the heels turned on the heel Finn Balor turned and
Hmm.
face, and then we had a very interesting main event segment. Two main event segments to end both the shows. No main event matches, main event segments. We had
Hmm.
CM Punk and the Usos, and the Usos basically the whole promo was they wanted Punk to apologize for what they said about uh, Sika.
Yeah.
And Punk didn't want to do it. He basically said every other word except for "I'm sorry," which is what the Usos wanted him to do. And Jay was
Hmm.
getting hot as he always does. Jimmy's more the cool head. He was more staying calm and just wanting all he wanted was Punk to say sorry. But Punk obviously we know Punk's not going to say he's sorry.
No, he never does. Unless he goes to Saudi.
And so it escalates, and then Punk says some more hurtful things, and then we get a little bit of push and shoving. We get a punch. I think Jimmy threw a punch on Punk, something like that.
Yeah.
And Punk goes down, and the Usos kind of back away, and things are pretty heated and very full of tension as we end Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how they build this up without Roman being there all the time.
Yeah, well, Roman's going to be back this
And he's
Monday, so
yeah,
they had
he's
to
coming
do a
back,
week
but
filler to get Roman so that
yeah,
Roman could come back.
yeah.
I think they'll be able to do
But
fine. I think Punk can build the promo and build the match without Roman being there every week. But I think as we get closer, Roman is going to be there more consistently.
yeah, I hope so. Because I think they could build this match to be really a ginormous match if they
Well, it's going to
stay
main event
on
night
it and
too, so
they're
it's got
able
to be
to.
ginormous.
Well, okay, but like there's big matches and there's big matches, and this could be one of the biggest matches in WrestleMania history if they can build it up right.
Hmm.
And if Roman's not there all the time, then it may not get built up
And we're
correctly.
finally going
So
to
I'm
see
hoping that.
how Roman's going to respond to what Punk said on Raw a couple weeks ago.
Hmm. Yeah, that'll be interesting to see what he actually has to say.
Hopefully, he brings up Larry. That'd be good.
Don't hate
It's
Larry.
just a dog. It's an ugly dog too. People get too sensitive over dogs.
Wow. Just because you hate all animals.
I like animals. I like dogs. Just, I mean, if Roman says I'm gonna go stomp on Larry's grave, oh no, he said he's gonna stomp on a dog's grave. Well, that's not as worse as
Wow.
saying I'm gonna bury you next to your father. Good lord.
Same thing. Same thing.
So WWE right now getting pretty testy with their main event matches. Things are going back
I'm
and
waiting
forth.
for all the PETA people to come out and hate on you now for calling out dogs.
I didn't call out dogs. I like dogs.
You're gonna attack dog. You're gonna have a match with dogs now.
But on the other side of the wrestling landscape, we had AEW on Wednesday. We had Dynamite and pretty solid match between Swerve and Brody King. I like that they're making Brody this main event type of guy, putting him in the giving him a bigger shine because I think Brody's good. I
Yeah,
think Brody's got a good character and I think he can do some good things. I don't think he's gonna be AEW
yeah.
champion, but maybe.
No, I don't think so either. But I'm happy that they're giving him a little bit of shine out there. He had that good run with Brodito. I
Hmm.
like that. And so I think he could be up in that echelon. I don't know if he's world title championship material, especially with the roster they got over there. But
Yeah, they got a lot of main event guys that are champion material ahead of Brody.
yeah, but it's good to see a fresh face get up there and kind of compete. I wouldn't be surprised if he ended up going into the Ring of Honor side, winning that
Oh yeah,
title.
that'd be cool. And I've always
Something
been a
like
fan of
that.
Swerve, so anything that Swerve's
Yeah,
doing.
Swerve's doing good stuff right now with that heel turn and everything. So it's good to see him out there doing his thing. So
And then you said there was a brawl with MJF and Hangman, so
yep, they had a brawl at the end of the
I
show.
still don't know where they're gonna go with this whole stipulation. I don't know if they're gonna give the belt back to Hangman or if they're gonna make it so he can't wrestle for whatever.
I don't know, but that's what keeps it
Yeah,
interesting.
I know. Yeah.
So it'll be it'll be crazy to see what they end up going with there. That's for sure. Because that's a huge stipulation,
Hmm.
especially for Hangman. So it's gonna be rough to see how they end up going with that. But
And then finally on NXT, some big things happened. We had another very similar thing to happen with Ricky Saints and Ethan Page, where at the pay per view that they did, which I always forget what it was. What was that called again?
what are you rapping? What it is, what it was, what it is, what it isn't.
Well, it already happened, so I had to say the past tense of it. Uh, what was it
Uh,
called again? It was uh,
I don't remember.
whatever the paper that they just had recently, the most recent one, and in that match, Ricky Saints and Joe Hendry, Ethan Page had the
Oh,
title.
Vengeance Day.
What?
Vengeance Day.
Yeah, that's right. That sounds right. So in that match, in the main event match, they had uh, Ethan Page hold the title, and he went to give it to Ricky Saints, but he tosses it too far, and so that ends up in turn costing Ricky the match, and then Joe Hendry keeps the title. And so we go to NXT, and they're doing the tag match with Ricky and Ethan versus Miles Bourne and Joe Hendry. And in that match, Ricky grabs the title and he goes to toss it to Ethan Page, but he tosses it too far. But his is like over dramatic because that's how Ricky is. He
Mm-hmm.
tosses it way too hard, and he does like the shocked hands on the cheeks, like he's no. It was hilarious. And then Hendry and Bourne end up getting the win. But I like the Ricky Saints Ethan Page tag team. I think they're pretty good together. They got good
Yeah,
chemistry.
it makes a nice dynamic, I think.
Yeah, and Ethan's
So,
kind of the more serious gimmick, but he's also can be funny at
hmm
times, and Ricky's just kind of goofy and hilarious. So I think it works.
yeah, Ricky's got that good
Yeah, he
personality and
takes
good
himself seriously,
charisma
but he
about him.
also like doesn't. He goes over the top with it. It's hilarious.
Yeah. Or then he does so bad that his whole segment gets cut. You can't ever see it again. His Saints concert thing he did.
I have absolutely no idea where they're gonna go with Joe Hendry, though. That's for sure.
Careful, he's going to show up on
I said his name.
you. I saw some people were pretty mad they didn't show up when they're here talking about him.
What do you mean?
I forget who says. I think it was a Tony that says his name in his promo. Somebody says
Oh,
his name
right,
in his
right, yeah.
promo, and he didn't show up.
He can't show up everywhere. He doesn't have magical powers.
He does. He showed up in a fridge once.
Well, they tried that again with Ren said his name, tried to get him to show up in the fridge, and he didn't show up. But there was a cake in there or something. Carly Gray was eating the cake.
I uh, I just imagine that he was in that fridge for like 12
Oh yeah, for
hours
sure.
before that,
Yeah, just like
just waiting for
Danhausen
someone
in
to
the
say his
crate.
name. Ah, damn Hanson.
One last thing that I wanted to talk about SmackDown was there's been this ongoing rivalry between MFTs and the Wyatts, and
Mm-hmm.
the Lantern has been at the center of it all,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know how I feel about it.
What's wrong with that?
I mean,
I like
I
it.
think it's fine,
It
but
gives them something to do.
yeah, but
Otherwise, they're not on TV.
it's just kind of like
What do you want them to do?
I don't know, give Solo something else to make him a bigger star. I like Solo,
Dude, the ship is sailed on Solo.
unfortunately, but it's just
You
like
cannot cut
I
it.
feel like I don't know. It seems like it's not really clicking like it was at the beginning
For which one?
for both. Like I feel like they
Well,
need
yeah,
to stop fighting each other.
that's why they put them together, so at least they could have something to do. Because it wasn't clicking. That was the whole point.
And we also, I know you're gonna hate hearing this, but I think they're leaning towards an machine gun breakup.
Stop it.
I
Why do you gotta say crazy
they've
things
had
sometimes?
back to back segments on back to back weeks where Saban comes in annoyed with Shelly and frustrated and stuff, and
Well, I mean, have you ever heard Shelley? I mean, makes sense.
they're gonna have a
Makes
match against
sense.
Fraxium next week, so we'll see if there's any more tension between the two. But I don't want to see it as much as you don't want to see it. But I mean they're doing this for a reason. Although Triple H does like a tag team tease that never goes anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Didn't he do that with the Street Profits
He
forever?
did that with the Profits a little bit. He did it with most famously he did it with um why am I blanking on the tag name?
I don't know. It's pretty famous if you remember it.
I know what I'm thinking of, but I can't think of the name now. Oh, Theory and
A
Waller.
Town Down Under.
Theory and Waller. They had like a 2 year tease. So
A Town Down
yeah,
Under.
so he's done it before, and I did just see Champa turned on Briscoe in AEW. He did the exact same thing that he did to
Yeah, they did.
Gargano,
They did this. They did the
which was
same
hilarious.
thing.
It didn't hit the same, but it was still pretty funny.
Oh no, it's not going to hit the same.
But
They
Gargano was
just got
there. He was
together.
planking again on the crate, so he didn't leave for AEW yet.
Yeah, I just saw something today where it said that he's still under contract for a while. So hard to tell.
Candace keeps saying that they're gonna bring back Johnny Wrestling. I don't know how they're gonna do it. I wouldn't mind seeing
He
Gargano have
tried.
a couple banger matches like he had in NXT.
He tried, and then Obafemi said, "Nope."
Well, I mean, he's not gonna have Oba's a different type of beast. He's not gonna have a banger match against Oba. Oba's gonna crush him. But if he could go out there and
They've really.
what?
I was just going to say, it seems like they've gone away from the indie wrestling
It does kind of seem that way.
landscape
They've kind of
because
got
they
their
were going so
established
hardcore
guys.
into it for a while.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. I
They,
mean, they
they
turned
had
Pete
that
Dunne
era of
and what's his face Tyler Bate into El Grandes. So
yeah. I mean, it's just crazy to me that they had that era where it was like Adam Cole, Undisputed Era.
seeing them on the main
You
roster would have
had
been sick.
Gargano and Champa. You had
Keith Lee was at the
Riddle.
top
You
there.
had Ricochet. You had Aleister Black. I mean,
That
NXT
was
was
a good era.
hot.
Yeah, that was a good era in NXT. That was when I was watching again.
That's when they moved them to USA Network in 2019, and they were rolling. And then it just seems all those guys came up and none of them did anything.
Yeah, different reasons for a couple of them, but mostly they all just ended up not doing anything.
Mm-hmm. But it's definitely interesting to see the 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 way that the roster's going now. It seems to be going away from those kind of guys
Yeah.
and
But I could
more back
see
to like,
if you if you move Gargano to Raw and you build him back up as Johnny Wrestling, I could see a little Daniel Bryan type of push for the world title.
oh, stop.
Well, you're saying that
Why
now
you gotta
because
say
they haven't built
crazy?
him up yet. If we build up Johnny Gargano as this unbeatable wrestling machine like he was in NXT, you could
He
get there.
wasn't that in NXT though.
Oh yeah, have you ever watched
That's what I'm
NXT?
saying.
Johnny Gargano, he was kicking out at 2.99999999999. He was unbeatable.
Yeah, I also watched him and he never could win. I don't know what you're talking
Well, that's
about.
because they
He'd
had
always come that
the
close.
supervillain Adam Cole who always stopped him.
Well, I'm
So,
just saying, don't tell me that he's this
but
unbeatable wrestling
if you
machine.
can recapture that magic with Johnny,
Yeah, I don't know if it was magic though. It's magic in NXT.
I think the fans could get behind
And
it if it's built the right way with the right storyline.
I mean, there's just so many other guys you can push ahead of him. Well, I don't know if I'd put Johnny
Well, it's because they haven't
up
built him
there.
up right. You wouldn't be saying that if they had done well with him. Like if you
I
get a
don't. I
Johnny
don't.
Gargano
I
Penta match, now we're talking.
okay. That's a Intercontinental title match. You're talking about world title.
I would
There's
like
a
to see
big
Penta in
difference
the world
there.
title picture too.
Well, yeah, I would too, but that's not going to happen either
Why don't they hire us to be the writers? We'd be better than Road
because
Dogg.
they're afraid of our genius.
We could be on Unreal.
They're scared. Oh man, I'd make Unreal the most watched show ever.
There's one last thing
Who
wanted
should
to
I
talk
bury
about. I don't know if
first?
you probably didn't see this because it was on Twitter, but there was
Probably not then.
this whole thread where Baron Corbin or Tom, whatever his real name is.
Oh, I did see
Oh, you did
this.
see it?
I actually did
Yeah.
see
So
this.
this
Yes.
guy, like Baron Corbin's talking about something, and this guy comes in and says, "You don't know anything about wrestling. Your favorite wrestler is Baron Corbin. You shouldn't be talking and stuff like that." And then Baron Corbin replies to it and says, "I am Baron Corbin."
Yeah.
and so now this has sparked something. It's turned into its own. It's become its own thing where now everybody's saying, "I am Baron Corbin." It's hilarious. It's
Yeah.
become this insane. It's taken on a life of its own, basically.
Yeah, it was a pretty hilarious exchange they had there.
Yeah, I don't know how. I mean, this guy, he doesn't know that Baron Corbin is using his real name now
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened to yeah, because he called him out for being
because he had Baron Corbin in his
not
picture, in his
knowing
profile
anything.
picture, because he is Baron Corbin.
Hmm. Yeah.
He's like, "You don't know what
Like,
you're talking about. You're a Baron Corbin fan, so you should rethink your life choices or whatever he said."
yeah. Yeah, I don't
Just
know.
it just
But
goes
yeah,
to
that
show you
was
the
funny.
idiots
I
that are
saw
on
that.
Twitter in the IWC. So
What? That's because they're not actually intelligent wrestling fans. They don't know anything. They just see things and they react to them, and then they don't actually have any
yeah, they have
details.
no idea who they're talking to. They're talking to an actual wrestler.
Yeah. He was a king.
He was a king, and he was a bum.
He was a bum. But who's not a bum? Let's be
That's
honest.
true. Sam, he's a bum right now.
That's true. That is true.
I'm very curious to see where they go with this Randy thing, how they capitalize next week on SmackDown with the heel turn. Do they make him kind of more aware of what he did? Like he hasn't fully turned, maybe he like somewhat regrets it, but that dark side of him in the back of his head is saying, do it, RKO him or something like that, and he's got to try to fight that, or do they just go lean in all the way and he's just full on, I'm gonna RKO you whenever I see you?
What, you talking like a split personality thing?
Yeah, I mean not a super split port, more like a angel and a devil on the shoulder type of thing. They're not going to do what a Bailey
I
was
can see
doing, where she
that.
had a split personality.
Tony Storm.
Yeah, but I could see them going with like he's listening to the angel on his shoulder, where he's like, "No, Cody's your friend. You're his mentor. You didn't really mean it. You messed up." And then the devil's like, "No, you're gonna RKO. You're gonna punt him out of his shoes. Go get him."
I can just imagine it going, RKO.
Yeah, or they go that way, or they just go, "Yeah, Randy's the full on heel. He's gonna take out Cody whenever he sees him," type of thing. He has no moral compass anymore.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I would assume they're just gonna go with the straight heel
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. But
character, but it would be funny to see him like come out on uh SmackDown next week and be like, I just love Cody. He's so great. And
that
Cody
would get
comes out and he goes,
some news,
"I'm
yeah.
so I'm so excited to wrestle you."
And Cody just comes out with a
Cody just looks
bandage
at
on
him
his
like,
face. He's like,
"What?"
"What are you talking about?" No, Cody would say,
Randy's like, "What?"
"Enough."
Yeah, he
Becomes
has to
angry
pretend
dad
like
Cody.
he's got balls, even though he has no balls.
There's different versions of Cody. You got the wrestling Cody where he's in his wrestling gear. You got professional Cody
Mhm.
where he's in the suit. But then you got kind of angry dad Cody where he comes out in the workout gear. He's got the cut off sleeve
Yeah,
shirt and he's got the sweatpants. So we'll see what kind of Cody we get on SmackDown next week.
because he pretends like he's a tough guy.
He was a tough
I'm a
guy
tough
against
guy.
Sammy this week when he was telling him some hard truths.
He's the dick.
Sammy said that
Poor
he
Sammy.
looks up to Randy, but he doesn't look up to Cody. It was
Wonder
pretty
what he's gonna
intense.
say now.
I don't know what
What
Sammy's
if
gonna
he
do.
gives
Sammy's got to react
him?
to Randy's heel turn, so I don't know where they're gonna go. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about? I think we covered most of what happened this week.
I think that was most of
Yeah,
everything.
mainly the Finn Balor getting kicked out of the Judgment Day, the Uso Punk thing, and then obviously the Randy heel turn, and then Drew quitting and then coming back an hour later, like he always does. He was bored at work.
Yeah, just wanted to go sit in his car for a little bit, think about what he said.
Yeah, and then come out and Claymore Jacob.
Yep.
Well, that's going to do it
Anything
for
else?
another episode of the Brothers Wrestling Podcast. Hope you all enjoyed. Let us know down below in the comments what you thought of the Randy heel turn. Were you surprised? Did you think they were going to wait till WrestleMania to do it like I did? Or are you okay with them pulling the trigger now and seeing what the build-up leads to WrestleMania? And let us know down below in the comments. And follow us on Facebook, Brothers Wrestling, on YouTube, Brothers Wrestling. Follow us everywhere on Brothers Wrestling. And we will see you in the next one.
Peace.